Hey everyone, it's me, Delilah, and I want to talk to you about my 2022 year that I had. So this year was the first year that I decided to take my music out on the road, which was never supposed to happen. Originally, this project was just meant to be for the studio, and then you was all like, oh, I want to sing it, I want to scream it or whatever. So then I had to go out, I had to go and find myself a band. I made the most perfect girl band ever. I made best friends with these two girls, Tasmin and Runa. So Tasmin, my DJ Golden Axe, and Runa, my bass player. These two girls literally transformed my year because no longer was I in this alone. Like, now I had a girl gang. I was ready. So we practiced all January, and then we played our first show in February. This was on Valentine's Day. We played a queer prom, which I've always said from the beginning of this project, I want to play gay events. I want to play queer everything because I'm a queer bitch. So we played a double debut event. We played the queer prom in Sheffield. I was so nervous. I don't know why I got it in my head that we weren't ready at that point, because I think like I'm a perfectionist. So we played like a 40-minute set, and then everybody wanted more, but we didn't have more at that point. So I was like, damn it. I was also going through so much personal shit at the beginning of this year. Like, I broke up with a person that I was going out with for 8 years, and I was trying to rediscover myself as an independent lady, independent woman. And the only way for me to do this is for me to just focus on myself, focus on my music. And at that point, I was not wanting to be in a relationship. And my band as well, Hands of Gretel, like that wasn't creatively serving me. So I decided to take a break from that and focus on Delilah. So this is all new. I'm taking risks this year. In April, I performed at the Primordial Radio AGM. And that was my first ever festival that I ever played. And the stage was huge. And I was like really nervous because I didn't know if people were going to love me or not. And then I realized that I didn't care because I love what I do. So when I was singing, the kids were like on their parents' shoulders, and they was like, listen to me. I'd made all these teddy bears, and I'd written Delilah on these teddy bears, and then Tasmin and Runa threw them out into the crowd, and all the little kids were like, yeah. That was one of my highlights of the year. And then the queue of little kids that came to meet me afterwards was just adorable. I met so many little me's. It was insane. And May was super exciting. So in May, I got to support Scene Queen, and this was totally random. This came out of nowhere. It was like a last minute thing. It was literally the day before Scene Queen messaged me and said, hey, would you be up for supporting me in London? So I was like, yes. So I played with her for that show, and this was her first UK tour. Zand played as well. Yeah, those gigs were incredible. So I played in London and I played in Glasgow with Scene Queen, and her fans are beautiful. And in May as well, I played my first ever headline show. This was at the Extravaganza Bedford event, and this was like a cabaret show with like drag acts. And this is another thing. I was like, when I started this project, I want to play queer events. I want to play drag shows. My first 2 proper headline shows. I did it. So I didn't actually write my first song of the year until June. This is when I wrote Dead Men Don't Rape. And I was on holiday in Cyprus. That's when Roe vs. Wade overturned, and people was messaging me like, oh my God, have you seen the news? And I tell you what, it's impossible to sit on the beach and try and relax when your gut is telling you, you need to do something. You need to be the voice. You need to scream for these people and like scream for women's rights. It's difficult to relax on the beach. So I flew home, and then I got in my studio, and I wrote Dead Men Don't Rape in 3 days. I wrote, mixed, produced it all myself, just me in this little box, and I screamed until my throat was raw. And then in July, I got to play Kendall Calling. But I remember like being so excited to play this festival, and just feeling like so in love with Runa and Tasmin, like just pure love for the little girl gang we created. Like, I just look forward to seeing them so much. And then in August, I released Dead Men Don't Rape, and I was scared to release this song because I was like, I don't know what people are gonna think. But then people loved it. Well, the majority of people did, until people hated it, and then that was funny because I've never faced so much hatred in my life. I've got a lot of haters. Yes, so that song was played at protests. It was played around the world. People used it to piss off their misogynistic family members. I am proud of you. Then I performed at Boomtown. I always wanted to play Boomtown. I performed at Shambhala. I've always wanted to play Shambhala. And I got to support Carolesdaughter. And I love Carolesdaughter. She is the sweetest person. Like, she just like was so nice to me. And I was like, thank you for being so nice to me. She's so nice. Yeah, she let me support her in London. And her same thing. Her fans, so nice. Like, in September, I got to play Burn It Down Festival, and the highlight of that day was seeing Cassyette. So I've never met Cassyette before this point, and I saw Cassyette and I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared to talk to her because I really, really love her, and I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world. And then she came running up to me and she's like, Delilah Bond, and I was like, what? what? Hi, how do you know me? and yeah, she's so beautiful. And then September 15th, my tour kicked off. This is when we have me, my mum, Tasmin, and Runa, and some of the dates my sister as well. This is when we could finally bring girl power to this male-dominated music scene. And we had dance routines, we had props, I have a backdrop, I have a DJ booth. I'm just like living my Spice Girls dream. So we played 10 shows and this continued into October, and then it was finished. And it finished too quickly because I had so much more. I wanted to sing so much more. I got so into it. Like, I was having the time of my life. It was absolutely incredible. I met so many fans every single night, and they were so lovely, and they shared like stories with me and told me like real deep personal stuff about why my music means a lot to them. And the shows were majority girls. There was the queer kids, there were non-binary kids, there was trans people, and it was like the men that did come, they were either 100% behind it or they were terrified, fearing for their life because their daughter dragged them along. I'm kidding. As soon as the tour ended, I wasn't finished. It's like I wasn't finished. I wanted to do more. I don't want to be done. After the tour, I feel like if I ever doubted myself of being too aggressive or like too man-hating, because these are things people say to me. They say your music is not commercial enough. You are hitting on men. All this stuff. Just playing those songs live and seeing how people react to my music, my words, seeing them react is like every other annoying voice of people giving me advice can just suck a dick, because I don't hear them anymore, because all I can think about is you. So then the tour ended and I was starting to get sad because I really miss Tasmin and I really miss Runa, and I was like, I don't want it to be over. And then out of nowhere, I got an email from this TV show in France called Le Late Show, hosted by Alain Chabat. And they wanted to fly me over to perform. I was like, really? Me? They got the right person? Turns out, Alain Chabat, the dude in France who's mega star there, he saw my music on TikTok and he was like, I want her. And then he did. He flew me over and I did it. And Alan was so nice. Like, he was so sweet. And afterwards, like, we was having a bit of jokes and stuff. And then he was saying to me, like, he can't believe that I'm not big in the UK. And I was like, no, like, I don't get to play TV shows in the UK. And he's like, what? And I was like, well, you know, I'll just have to be a big superstar in France. Then in December, I got to watch myself on TV for the first time. And from now on, my new name is Delilah, because it just sounds better. Delilah. And I screamed when I saw myself on TV. Although this project is new, I've been making music 10 years. And so this felt like all those years have gone put together, and boom, finally, here I am on television. Yeah. So I thought that was the highlight of my year. I thought, that's it, done now. Sleep time, nisht. Then I got an email randomly into the inbox. Turns out now this fashion brand called Emilio Pucci is having a launch for the new collection in St. Moritz in Switzerland, and they want me to perform. I was like, what the hell? Is it a joke? Is this a joke? It's not a joke. It's real. And so I got flown out to Switzerland with my mum because I was like, I need my mum to come. I can't go on my own. Absolutely insane. I got to perform to so many influential people in this little small bar. I met people in fashion, in music, in journalism. It was like everyone was someone, and I was just like, hey. This was all because Camille, the artistic director of Emilio Pucci, discovered me on The Late Show. She saw me on the TV and she was like, yes. And she actually said to me that when she was planning the event, she said that there was something missing. And that one thing missing, she realized when she saw me, was me. That's missing me. Yeah. So that weekend in Switzerland, I got interviewed by Icon magazine. I went snowshoeing on the mountain. That was fun. And then I dined on the top of the mountain. I was looking out on top of the mountain thinking I was on the James Bond film. And I got to dance with Beyonce's stylist. Not a joke. And Camille styled me in Pucci. So she styled my outfit. I did all these accessories and did all this stuff. And then I was like, oh my God, I wish I could keep it. And I could. I got to keep the snowsuit. I got to keep everything. And then that's that. That's what happened. That's my year. It was an emotional roller coaster of like feeling like everything's like this and everything's like going down and then back. Constantly having to like battle outside of opinions, voices, people being annoying. and doing what I want to do and trusting my gut. And it has been an incredible year. It's been just the beginning. And I think the highlight of my year, I've done some great things this year, but I think the highlight of my year was meeting you all on tour, like meeting the fans on tour. That was the peak because it makes it feel so real. And I just love you so much. Have a fantastic new year, and I'm manifesting greatness for you. And yeah, hopefully you catch me on tour again, and I hope you like my new music that I've been working on for New Year. It's gonna be great. There's a lot of you're gonna enjoy it. Okay, right, I'm gonna go. So thanks for watching. I love you so much. Bye bye.